In 1945, the world changed forever. In ending a war that took too many lives, Hiroshima and Nagasaki bore the weight of unimaginable destruction. Today, 80 years later, we came here to listen and remember. Welcome to a special edition of Lynn and Paul's Excellent Adventure.
Lynn and Paul's Excellent Adventure, a 4-year voyage while living on a cruise ship.
Well, this is a special edition of the Lynn and Paul's Excellent Adventure show.
Today's adventure, we are in Hiroshima. And of course, Hiroshima probably best known for a location that the atomic bomb was dropped to end World War II back in the 40s.
40 and 45.
And Hiroshima's taken a whole park now and dedicated it toward the remembrance of that.
Right. It's where and this is interesting because the bomb actually didn't hit the ground. It it exploded in the air.
600 meters above.
600 meters above. And so we're at ground zero, this area is. So there's a whole exterior to the park, to the Peace Park. We are in the National Peace Memorial Hall, where there are photos, there's in the center is a place where you can take a moment to reflect. Yep. There's a video running about stories. There's an archive where you can go in and you can sit down and pick different stories to listen to. And there's a special exhibit that's going on.
But we're not going to tell you a whole lot about the park because we've got someone special to actually bring you the recollection of that day back in the 40s. Our guide today happened to be a second-generation survivor. Her mother and father were both alive and survived the atomic blast.
Her mother was 5 months old and her father was 9.
9 years old. Mm-hmm. And she tells the story of her grandparents and their survival or not survival. Mm-hmm. But we'll let you hear her story from a perspective of the people of Hiroshima, Japan.
Okay, I'm Masa. Thank you for coming to Hiroshima. I so appreciate you are coming too. And you made thousands of origami cranes. You know what that meaning, right? The origami crane is a symbol of peace. That is because of this monument. Can you see the girl standing on the top? Her name is Sadako. I know the Sadako story, right? So the Sadako was bombed when she was 2 years old. And she survived and grew up healthy, just as normal, like a typical elementary school girl. But 10 years later, she's got leukemia suddenly, and she's got hospitalized. Then she started folding the thousands of origami cranes because the crane is a symbol of long life. Bird crane is a symbol of long life in Japan. So she believed if she fold the thousands of origami cranes, she will get better. And she wanted to get out from the hospital. But there was no origami papers at that time. So she made the medicine paper into small pieces and folded, and she made it. But unfortunately, she died 8 months later. So her friends was so sad. And her friends raised a voice to create the monument for her. And also the children who suffered from the atomic bomb disease. Many children died with the leukemia or whatever, related to the radiation. So, 1958, this monument was founded. And right now, there are many people like you visit here, have some small ceremony and donate the thousands of cranes. There are many kids, Japanese kids, foreign kids. They visit here and donate the thousands of origami cranes, hoping peace. And I'm so glad you come here and donate the thousands of cranes.
Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park is a memorial park in the center of Hiroshima, Japan. Many residents of the Odyssey took a guided tour of the park and then presented 1,000 paper cranes as part of the ship's Global Harmony community. The paper cranes were folded by residents of the ship over a period of several months leading up to our visit to Hiroshima.
My mom was born in 1945, March. So she was already 5-month baby at that time. So she doesn't have any memories about it. But my dad, he was 9 years old. He lived in 1 kilometer, 0.6 miles away from here. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
And he was having a breakfast with his mother and younger brothers. But when a bomb exploded, their house collapsed and they were under rubble and couldn't get out and passed out for a while. But after the bombing, the whole city started burning because of the heat. It goes to 3,000 to 4,000 degrees Celsius. It's about 5,400 to 7,200 Fahrenheit. So the whole city started burning. And they realized with the smell of smoke, they tried to get out from the rubble. But all of them could get out. So it's kind of miracle. Not many people could get out from the rubble. Many people died under their collapsed house and burned. So my father was very, very lucky. And, but the bomb changed their life. My father was kind of rich, but they lost everything. They have to start living from the scratch. No house, no money, no job, but we did. But my father didn't tell me about anything. I asked him many times, what did you see? What was happened after the bombing? But he never told me. He was traumatized because 9 years old boy, he remembered everything. And I think it's very hard to talk about it. So I couldn't hear from my father, but I'm from Hiroshima, so I've heard many, many testimonies. So I can imagine what kind of life my father went through and mom went through. And it was hard to live in Hiroshima. And you will see what's going to happen after the bombing in the museum. There were so many discriminations. They are afraid of when I'm going to get disease, and women cannot get married. And it lasted decades and decades. So everyone from Hiroshima hide the fact, they are from Hiroshima for decades. So that's what happened in Hiroshima. But we try to encourage each other, helping each other to rebuild the city again. Okay? So that's my family story. Okay? Okay. So talk about the atomic bomb dome. This is so-called atomic bomb dome, A bomb dome. And this is one of the World Heritage Sites. We have two. Miyajima, Itsukushima Shrine, and Atomic Bomb Dome. We have two. So this building is original, not the replica. This is original. It used to be a commercial hall, the governmental commercial hall. It was built in 1912, designed by the Czech architect. And this area, it was the downtown. So this building was so beautiful and kind of symbol of Hiroshima City. This area, I told you the downtown of Hiroshima. Now the park, no houses are here, but so many houses and restaurants and hotels and movie theater was here, but it's all gone. It's this building and yellow building around here. And but it's very outstanding building. The other houses, shops are built by wood. So this brick Western style beautiful building was the symbol of Hiroshima downtown. It exhibits the Hiroshima products. They introduced the Hiroshima products like cotton, sake. We are good at sake breweries, and oysters. We Hiroshima people love this beautiful building at that time. But 1945, August 6, 8:50 in the morning, the bomb exploded right above this dome, this structure. The actual ground zero, later we're gonna visit, is 1 block away. But explosion was so huge. So this place is just under the explosion. So blast came from the top. The top was covered with copper. The copper melts at the lower temperature. So melt the copper and blast escaped from the window. This building has many windows. So that's why this building remained. And a bomb exploded in the air 2,000 feet above. It didn't hit the ground, so we don't have any crater or something like that. So that's why we don't have any radium on the ground. Only the radiation. Radiation stayed in human body and the rubble. But it decreased so fast, like 1,000 in 24 hours and 1,000,000 in 1 week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's so fast, but the total amount was so huge. So it affected to the humans. Okay, but the next month in September we had a huge typhoon.
Oh, God.
So everyone started to rebuild their life, but so many floods, many people died. But on the other hand, I believe the rain washed out the radiation. So it is said by the end of the year, no radiation remained. But we still have the survived tree. It's amazing because it is said no plants will grow for 75 years after the bombing. But 1 month later, the grass grows, and some of the it's supposed to be that those kind of trees sprout. So people had a survivor's guilt, but those nature gave us hope to live. People come here and donate the water because most of the bombed people got burned heavily. Not only the outside, inside too, frost. So they couldn't speak. So, and they wanted to drink the water.
It's contaminated.
Yeah, so it's contaminated. And it is said if you give the water to the burned people, they're gonna die. So the survivors couldn't give them water. This is Hiroshima City. We have 6 rivers at that time, 7 rivers at that time. And this star, this is ground zero. This is where we are right now. Okay? And radius 1 kilometer. People outside is instant death. It's about 0.6 miles. So my father and family was in the house. So that's why they survived. And within 2 kilometers, radius 2 kilometers, which is 1.2 miles away from here, 92% of the houses were gone. 8% left. The fire started 30 minutes after the bombing, and it lasted hours and hours. So from the other city, they could see, oh, that is Hiroshima City at night because it was orange. So the fire burned everything from here. And so from here, you could see the island. Very, very quiet, silent. Like they were walking like zombies. They couldn't speak and escape from the fire, jump into the river. But some of the people's skin was so shrink, so they couldn't swim. And voila. So my mom was near the Hiroshima station. She was only the baby, 5-month baby. My grandma holding my mom, walking around Hiroshima station. She's got bomb, and she felt the shockwave and fell down and threw my mom away. But my mom was just a baby, so babies are so flexible. She didn't get any harm, so she survived, and my grandma also survived. Yeah, but my dad was here, 1 kilometer from here. So I think it's kind of miracle he survived. He didn't tell me anything about it, but I understand. And they escaped. My father escaped to the north to see relatives and stayed there for a week. But they said, the relatives said, okay, go back to your home, because there was not enough food, and also there was a rumor some kind of weird disease is happening in Hiroshima. So my father might have some kind of contagious disease or something. So they were afraid. So my father has to come back to the city here. But there was nothing. No job. My mom having 4 boys, little boys. How to survive? I think it was difficult. But my father, 9-year-old boy, remembered his father, like my grandpa. He hid a big sugar pot under his house. So my father remembered it and dig out the sugar pot and sell the sugar at the black market to buy the food. So this is a ground zero. We only have this stone because this is private property. And this says Shima Hospital, the small clinic, the private clinic. And it used to be Shima Clinic too. And we didn't know the exact ground zero at that time, but a year later, the scientists calculated and found out where the exact ground zero is. And Dr. Shima, on that day, he went to the countryside to see the patient. And when he came back, he lost everything. He lost his hospital, other doctors, nurse, medicine, and patient. All of them died. So he was so devastated. It's so sad. But only 28 doctors and nurses remain in Hiroshima City. So he has to take care of the injured people. So he worked hard so much. And he decided to rebuild the hospital again because he didn't want this hospital like a memorial place or something like that. He wants to cure the people. He wants to give the happiness to the people. So he did. He rebuilt the hospital again. And right now, his grandson is taking care of this hospital. Okay, so this is called Flame of Peace. Hand holding the flame. Can you see the shape? And fire is burning, but it's not the eternal flame. It shouldn't be the eternal flame. It's burning because we still have nuclear weapons on this earth. So if we can throw all the nuclear weapons in the future, nuclear weapons away in the future, we can turn that off. So this is the senator for the victims. The arch This is the symbol of this park. And there's a stone chest under the arch. The inside the stone chest, there are so many notebooks, which is all the victims' name on it. Not only Japanese, also the foreigners too. And at that time, 1945, population of Hiroshima City is 350,000. And the name is right now 340,000. Because all the victims and the survivors who died after, their name is going to add on the notebook. That's why it's every year adding the name on it. So my father, he died last year. So his name added on the notebook. Every time I bring my dog for a walk around here, but since last year, it makes me feel different. Oh, my father's name inside.
Yeah.
And my mom, she's alive though, but when she died, her name is going to add on the notebook. Shows 815. 815. And also those rubbles are original.
And water.
And water. To give them hope.
Why do you like giving these tours, and is it very difficult for you to do?
Yeah, but I think I have a responsible to share the stories to the others because we learned a lot and we know a lot. And I want to create a peaceful world to share the stories. And many people are very interested in what happened in Hiroshima. And we need different perspectives. And I learned in the States, and it's kind of misunderstanding or, the different perspective. And I don't say that which one is good or bad, that everyone has their opinions. And just want you to show what happened and feel it by yourself and find out how, find out the different perspective and how complicated what it was or something like that. So you can think and you can share in your country with your friends. So maybe we can meet you and you get stories from me. And it's different from the books or internet. You can feel it, right? So I think that's the most important things. So I want you to feel it and share the stories. That's why I started.
So the question I asked her was, why does she do these tours? Having such a direct tie to the event that happened ending World War II, is it difficult for her to talk about it? And I think her answer she just gave is a good example of how she feels. And the one thing I really appreciated about what she had to say was she really tried to keep the politics out of it. Naturally, she's very much against nuclear weapons and so forth, and I think that comes out, but I think she's very careful not to criticize or put down anyone. And I think the people we found in Japan recognize the impact that war really had on their country and really had on our country
and
too.
The world.
And the world.
And the world. And one of the things that she said, and you probably heard that on there, I'm just going to repeat it, was that their goal here in Hiroshima is to have a world free of nuclear bombs.
Yeah. Just pure and simple.
Just pure and simple.
Well, this was a very different Lynn and Paul's excellent adventure, but we really thought it was fitting since we came into port here in Hiroshima to really show you what is kind of the center of this town. Thank you for watching Lynn and Paul's excellent adventure. Be sure to click the subscribe button and maybe the little reminder bell to remember every time we have a new episode coming out.
Yeah, and tell your friends, and we're giving you all hugs, miss you all, and love you all. And we really appreciate you watching.